If you're over 40 and sometimes catch yourself in the mirror thinking something just doesn't look right, you're not alone. That nagging feeling that your style might be working against you instead of for you, I get it. And honestly, the fact that you clicked on this video already tells me something important about you. You care about how you show up in the world. That already puts you miles ahead of most men your age. Here's the thing though, you don't need an expensive wardrobe to look expensive. What you need is to avoid the 9 subtle mistakes that are quietly making you look cheap, even when you're wearing quality pieces. Today, I'm going to walk you through each one of these style traps, and more importantly, show you the simple fixes that can transform how people perceive you starting tomorrow. Some of these might surprise you, others might make you want to check your closet immediately, but all of them are costing you respect, confidence, and opportunities without you even realizing it. Mistake number 1. Wearing ill-fitting clothes. Let's start with the big one, and it's probably not what you think. The most expensive suit in the world will make you look cheap if it doesn't fit your body properly. And here's what I've noticed. Too many men over 40 are still wearing the same size they wore at 25, or they're buying clothes based on what size they think they should be, not what size they actually are. Your body has changed since your 20s. That's not a judgment, it's just reality. Maybe your shoulders are broader from years of confidence, or your midsection is filled out from good living. Fighting against your actual body shape instead of dressing it well is what makes you look cheap. Here's the fix. Get measured. Properly measured. Not the quick measurement at a department store, but a real fitting. Your jacket shoulders should sit at your natural shoulder line, not hanging off or pulling tight. Your pants should sit at your natural waist, not where your waist was 10 years ago. And your sleeves? They should show just a 1/4 inch of shirt cuff. The difference is immediate. A $200 shirt that fits perfectly will make you look more expensive than a $500 shirt that's too big. I've seen this transformation hundreds of times. Men who thought they needed a complete wardrobe overhaul when really they just needed to get their existing clothes tailored. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Once you start wearing clothes that actually fit your body, you'll discover something most men never realize. Mistake number 2. Choosing the wrong colors for your skin tone. You can have the perfect fit, but if you're wearing colors that drain the life out of your face, you're going to look tired, older, and frankly, cheap. This is especially crucial for men over 40 because our skin tone often shifts as we age, and the colors that looked great on us at 30 might be working against us now. Here's what I mean. That bright white dress shirt that used to make you look sharp, if you have warm undertones, it might now be washing you out completely. Or maybe you've been defaulting to black because it feels safe and professional, but it's actually making your complexion look gray and lifeless. The solution isn't complicated, but it is specific to you. Men with cool undertones, those with pink or blue undertones in their skin, look fantastic in crisp whites, navy blues, and charcoal grays. But if you have warm undertones, golden or yellow undertones, you'll look more vibrant and expensive in cream instead of stark white, forest green instead of bright green, and warm browns instead of cool grays. Here's a simple test. Hold a piece of bright white paper next to your face in natural light. If your skin looks pinkish next to it, you likely have cool undertones. If it looks yellowish or golden, you have warm undertones. This one piece of information can completely transform your wardrobe without buying a single new item, just by choosing the right colors from what you already own. And speaking of transforming what you already own, there's another mistake that's even more subtle, but just as damaging to your overall look. Mistake number 3. Neglecting the details that matter. This is where good style separates itself from cheap-looking style, and it's all in the details most men completely ignore. I'm talking about things like unpolished shoes, wrinkled clothes, loose threads, missing buttons, and dirty fingernails. These might seem small, but they're actually sending a massive message about how you value yourself. Think about it this way. When you meet someone professionally or socially, they're making judgments about you in the first 7 seconds. They're not analyzing your outfit piece by piece. They're getting an overall impression. And that impression is heavily influenced by these tiny details. Scuffed or unpolished shoes immediately signal doesn't pay attention to details or doesn't have his life together. A shirt with a loose thread or a missing button says careless, even if everything else is perfect. Wrinkled clothes suggest you either don't care enough to iron them or you're disorganized. The fix is simple, but requires building new habits. Invest in a good shoe polish kit and use it weekly. Keep a small sewing kit for quick button and thread fixes. Iron or steam your clothes the night before, not as you're rushing out the door. And take 5 minutes each morning for a final detail check in the mirror. Here's the thing that surprises most men. Taking care of these details doesn't make you vain or high maintenance. It makes you look like a man who has his life together, who pays attention to quality, and who respects both himself and the people he's meeting with. But even if you nail all the details, there's one mistake that can instantly undo all your good work. Mistake number 4, wearing cheap-looking accessories. Your accessories, watch, belt, shoes, wallet. These are what people notice after they get that overall impression of you. And here's where many men over 40 make a crucial error. They either wear no accessories at all, or they wear accessories that actively make them look cheap. I'm not talking about wearing expensive accessories. I'm talking about wearing accessories that look cheap, regardless of what you paid for them. A plastic digital watch with your business suit, a worn-out leather belt that's cracked and faded, shoes that look like they were designed for teenagers, a wallet so thick with old receipts and cards that it creates a bulge in your back pocket. Each of these sends a message, and unfortunately, it's not the message you want to send. Here's my advice. Buy fewer accessories, but buy better ones. A classic leather watch will serve you better than 3 trendy watches that'll be out of style next year. One high-quality leather belt in brown and one in black will work with virtually everything in your wardrobe. And invest in shoes that can be resoled. They'll last longer and actually look better as they age. The key is to choose accessories that look like they were made for a grown man, not a college student. This means cleaner lines, quality materials, and classic designs that won't scream, "trying too hard," or "behind the times." Your accessories should enhance your outfit, not compete with it or detract from it. They should suggest confidence and good judgment, not flash or desperation. Which brings me to a mistake that's particularly common among men who are trying to look younger. Mistake number 5, dressing too young for your age. I see this all the time, and I understand the impulse. You want to feel young, vibrant, relevant. But here's the hard truth. Trying to dress like you're 25 when you're 45 doesn't make you look young. It makes you look like you're having a midlife crisis. Skinny jeans that are painted on, graphic t-shirts with cartoon characters or internet memes, sneakers designed for teenagers, baseball caps worn backwards. These choices don't subtract years from your appearance. They subtract respect and authority. The goal isn't to look younger. The goal is to look like the best version of yourself at your actual age. And here's something interesting. When you dress appropriately for your age with confidence and style, you actually do look more youthful, just not in a desperate way. Instead of skinny jeans, try well-fitted straight or slight taper jeans. Instead of graphic tees, invest in quality solid-colored t-shirts or Henleys. Instead of teenage sneakers, choose clean, classic sneakers or leather shoes. Instead of backwards baseball caps, either skip the hat entirely or wear it properly with more mature outfits. This doesn't mean you have to dress like your grandfather. Modern menswear offers plenty of options that are stylish, current, and age-appropriate. The key is finding the sweet spot between trying too hard to be young and giving up on style entirely. Remember, confidence is attractive at any age. Desperation never is. But speaking of confidence, there's another mistake that undermines confidence more than almost anything else. Mistake number 6, poor grooming habits. Your clothes can be perfect, but if your grooming isn't on point, you're going to look cheap and unkempt. This becomes even more crucial as you get older, because good grooming can actually make you look younger and more vital, while poor grooming can add years to your appearance. I'm talking about obvious things like irregular haircuts, unmanaged facial hair, overgrown nose and ear hair, and poor dental hygiene. But I'm also talking about subtler things like dry skin, chapped lips, dirty or overgrown fingernails, and strong body odor masked by too much cologne. Here's what I recommend. Establish a grooming routine and stick to it. Get your hair cut every 3 to 4 weeks, not when it becomes unmanageable. If you have facial hair, keep it trimmed and shaped. Invest in a good nose hair trimmer and use it weekly. Moisturize your face daily. Dry, flaky skin adds years to your appearance. And please, be honest about your cologne usage. If people can smell you from across the room, you're wearing too much. Your cologne should be discovered, not announced. A subtle, quality fragrance applied to pulse points is infinitely more attractive than a cloud of cheap cologne. Good grooming isn't about vanity. It's about self-respect and consideration for others. It shows that you pay attention to details and that you care about the impression you make. These are attractive qualities at any age. The interesting thing is, once you dial in your grooming, you'll start noticing other areas where small changes can make a big impact. Mistake number 7. Ignoring your posture and body language. Here's something most men don't realize. You can have the most expensive, perfectly fitted, impeccably styled outfit in the world. But if you're slouching, avoiding eye contact, or carrying yourself without confidence, you're going to look cheap and insecure. Your posture tells a story. Shoulders rolled forward say, "I'm not confident in myself." A hunched back says, "I'm carrying the weight of the world." Avoiding eye contact says, "I don't believe I belong here." And all of these things completely undermine whatever positive impression your clothes might be making. The fix requires awareness and practice. Start by checking your posture throughout the day. Shoulders back, chest open, head up. When you walk, walk with purpose. Not rushed, but like you have somewhere important to be and you're confident about going there. Make eye contact when you shake hands, when you're introduced to someone, and during conversations. Not staring, but genuine, confident eye contact that says you're present and engaged. Practice taking up appropriate space. Don't sprawl across furniture or invade others' personal space, but don't shrink into yourself either. Sit up straight, place your feet firmly on the ground, and keep your hands visible and relaxed. The amazing thing about working on your posture and body language is that it creates a positive feedback loop. When you carry yourself with confidence, you feel more confident. And when you feel more confident, you naturally carry yourself better. It's like having a secret superpower that doesn't cost anything but makes everything else look more expensive. But even with perfect posture and confidence, there's still one mistake that can instantly make you look cheap to anyone paying attention. Mistake number 8. Wearing the wrong undergarments. This is the mistake nobody talks about, but everyone notices. Ill-fitting or inappropriate undergarments can ruin an otherwise perfect outfit, and it's especially important for men over 40 because our bodies have changed, and we need undergarments that work with those changes, not against them. I'm talking about visible underwear lines through your pants, undershirts that show through your dress shirts, white socks with dark pants and dress shoes, or going without an undershirt when you should be wearing one. Here's what happens. You put on a great fitting shirt and pants, you look in the mirror, everything looks perfect. Then you sit down or move around, and suddenly there are lines, bunching, or transparency issues that make even expensive clothes look cheap. The solution is simple but specific. For dress shirts, wear a proper undershirt, either a crew neck that doesn't show at the collar, or better yet, a V-neck that stays completely hidden. For pants, make sure your underwear fits properly and doesn't create visible lines. Choose boxer briefs over loose boxers or tight briefs. They provide the best support and smoothest line under clothing. And please, match your socks to your pants, not your shoes. Brown shoes with dark pants call for dark socks, not brown ones. The only time you match socks to shoes is with very casual outfits. These might seem like tiny details, but they're the difference between looking polished and looking like you don't understand how clothes are supposed to work. And that difference is immediately obvious to anyone who knows what to look for. Speaking of things that are immediately obvious, let me share the final mistake, and it might be the most damaging one of all. Mistake number 9. Lacking personal style confidence. This last one is different from the others because it's not about what you wear. It's about how you wear it. I've seen men in perfectly styled, expensive outfits who still look cheap because they didn't believe they deserved to look good. And I've seen men in simple, moderately priced clothes who looked like $1 million because they wore everything with genuine confidence. The problem is, many men over 40 have convinced themselves that caring about style is vain or shallow. They think putting effort into their appearance is somehow beneath them, or they're afraid of being judged for trying. So they approach getting dressed as a chore instead of an opportunity to present their best self to the world. This shows when you're uncomfortable in your clothes, when you're second-guessing your choices, when you're constantly adjusting or fidgeting, people notice. It makes even great clothes look wrong on you. The fix is partly mindset and partly practice. First, accept that how you present yourself matters. It's not vanity, it's communication. Your appearance is one of the first ways you communicate your values, your attention to detail, and your self-respect to the world. Second, start small. Don't try to overhaul your entire wardrobe overnight. Make one small improvement at a time, and give yourself time to get comfortable with each change. Maybe it's getting your existing clothes properly fitted. Maybe it's upgrading your grooming routine. Maybe it's just standing up straighter and making better eye contact. As you start seeing positive responses, and you will, your confidence will grow naturally. You'll stop feeling like you're playing dress-up and start feeling like you're just being the best version of yourself. Here's what I want you to remember. Looking expensive isn't about having an expensive wardrobe. It's about paying attention to the details that matter, making choices that flatter your actual body and age, and carrying yourself with the confidence that comes from knowing you look good. And here's my question for you. Which of these 9 mistakes hit closest to home? What's the one thing you're going to focus on first? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one, and I love hearing about the changes you're making in your style journey. Remember, you deserve to look good, you deserve to feel confident, and you definitely deserve to command the respect that comes with presenting your best self to the world. The only question is, are you ready to make it happen?